I wanna dance by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by swinging blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We are Amy and Jemiah and we live in this 1974 Dodge Travco, and today we're gonna give you a tour.
Let's do it.
Let me show you guys inside. So first, when you enter, we have this shoe rack to put your shoes if you're not on the beach like we are right now and you have to wear shoes. So Jay and his dad actually built this whole rack, or this whole like bench situation. So there's the bench with an entire storage compartment underneath here, and then the shoe rack, as I mentioned, and this table. This actually wasn't here. This was just empty space when we first bought it, and it's really amazing that they built this for us because we spend 90% of the time that we're not sleeping, that we're in here at this bench, playing games, eating food, making food, all of that. And then, when we are driving, we sit here. We have these funny swivel seats that are aftermarket, but they were here when we bought the van. So we can swivel them all the way around so you can have another seat here. But when we're driving, I usually sit here, and Lilo, our dog, goes here. This is called the doghouse, funnily enough. And it actually has the engine underneath. But it's funny because the dog actually does stay here. And then we of course have
You don't sit over there though?
No. Jay only drives, not me. I always kind of have a bunch of our like daily necessities and electronics here because we charge everything here with the solar panel, which I'll show you.
Let's see it.
So over here we have all these original dials and things. I'm not sure what most of them are for, but the ones that we mostly use are the panel power and the water pump, which turns the water on. And then we have a water heater over here, which runs on propane, and so we can actually have hot water showers and hot water out of the sinks, which is really nice. And then we have this solar panel, which we just got put in when we had a bunch of mechanical work done in December of this year. And the solar panel is amazing because it actually runs everything we need during the day, our fridge, our electronics, our lights, and all of that, and it charges the house batteries, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Okay. But what it doesn't charge is my favorite part of the whole thing, which is the espresso machine. We have a generator that powers the bigger electronics like the espresso machine, and I also have a Vitamix, a blender that we use basically daily. So when we do the outside part of the tour, you'll see where the generator lives and how that works. But for now, we have this kitchen. We got this backsplash, which is stick-on from Amazon, and we used about 3 packages of it in order to backsplash this whole thing. We painted everything white. Everything that you can see in here that is painted, we did. And Jay and his dad also, Jay by himself did all of the trim. And like I said, Jay and his dad made this bench. Yep. This whole wall, actually, when we first got it, was carpet. And now it's nice and white and pretty. So we like that. Jay also built these, I don't know what they call them, like bookshelf troughs.
Handy little shelf trough.
Yeah, like shelf troughs, and we keep...
Maybe a shelf.
And we keep everything that we use on a day-to-day basis that we don't have room to store away in the drawers in here, which is so nice. We have like phones, sunglasses, sunscreen, and all of that in these troughs.
Surf wax.
Yeah. And then all of our keys hanging underneath on this side, and our hats underneath on this side.
Very nice.
These are super important when living in a van because you cannot drive with a regular bookshelf, of course. You have to have a lip on it. So that was really smart of Jay to do. Good job.
Hooks. Action.
You'll notice we have these beautiful cupboards. We put the hardware on and painted them all. And when we were first driving, we noticed that as soon as we accelerated or turned, the cupboards all opened up and were so loud and really annoying. So we put hooks on all of the cupboards. So now as soon as we go to head somewhere to drive, we attach them like so. Boom. And that way we can drive with everything staying put, because obviously that's really important for everything not to be sliding everywhere when you're driving, especially in these sketchy dirt roads in Baja, which have a lot of potholes. These shelves are super handy because, of course, when you're driving in the van, you can't have any miscellaneous objects just on surfaces because it'll fall off. So everything that we use frequently, we put in these shelves, and then when we're driving, it doesn't fall around. Another tip though, if you do have things that you want to keep out, like these cactuses, we obviously wouldn't put them in the shelves. I have them Velcro down, and we have driven 3,600 kilometers and they've never moved. So Velcro is a van life essential.
I'm actually pretty impressed with the Velcro.
Moving on the tour, we have this skylight. Jay built this skylight. There used to be a really large AC unit that came down further than our heads, so we would have to crouch to stand in here. So Jay innovatively took it out and then built this plexiglass skylight with this nice trim, and it hasn't leaked at all. It's been amazing. And we also have been living in Baja in the desert and haven't had the need for air conditioning, which is really awesome and surprising. If you'll follow me, we'll continue the tour.
Let's see it.
Next, we have our fridge. We keep it behind this curtain for aesthetic reasons only. This is our fridge, which, like I said, gets powered by the solar during the day, and then at night it just stays cold. So we don't actually have it on during the night. And then up here we can fit our barbecue, but because we're stationed right now, we have the barbecue outside for cooking, and we just have some other miscellaneous items up here. And then my favorite part is my entire closet. I have all of the clothes that I wear on a day-to-day basis in this closet. And then our other way that we store clothes is in these totes underneath the bed. We have Jay's small tote, and then I have 2 more big totes underneath there, which is actually really smart because then I have extra clothes that are clean that I can swap into the closet when I want to use them on a day-to-day. And you'll notice we have a lot of hooks in the Travco. They're probably the most important part of van life because we obviously don't have a lot of clothes storage, and we don't want to have to go in and out of the tote every time that we want to wear clothes or get our hats, things like that. So, for example, I have this sweatsuit hanging here, and that's a sweatsuit that I wear daily, and it's just always out. Do you want to see the bathroom now?
I'd love to.
Okay. You can see yourself now.
Ooh!
Speaking of hooks, we have more hooks here with more towels, chonchos, things like that. Having a bathroom is one of the amazing parts about having this Dodge Travco instead of just having a regular van, because it has a full toilet, sink, vanity, and actually quite a lot of storage. And of course, there's a shower. So we actually just have to turn on I'll show you. We have to turn this on, pull this up, and then you get a good stream of water coming out there for you to shower.
And hot water, right?
And we can do hot water as well.
How fancy.
Yeah. So that is amazing. And then, of course, because we have this van for surf trips, we have our wetsuits here, changing ponchos, and then when you actually do want to take a shower, you can close yourself in with the shower curtain. And finally, welcome to the bedroom. We have blackout curtains back here, which are really awesome. We just got them for $9 at IKEA and cut them to the length that we needed them. They're attached on curtain rods, but the curtain rods are not on regular curtain rod holders. These are actually broom holders that we got from the hardware store, which are really key because regular curtain rod holders aren't secure, so when we went over bumps, they would just fall off. But these hold on really tightly and securely which is amazing. They've never fallen off while we're driving. We also have this vent. It's a two-way vent slash fan up here, which allows us to blow cold air in and suck hot air out, which is really nice, especially because we don't have that air conditioning unit. And then I'll show you all. And like I said, hooks are so important when living in a van. We have 3 more hooks over here. There's Jay. And then 2 more hooks over here for our matching cowboy hats. Underneath here we have another shelf trough, which just keeps our bedside things stored, and it also doesn't move while we're driving, which is super nice because it has this lip. And then up here we have our battery panel, which allows us to monitor the battery levels and make sure that everything is good with that, whether we're using the generator or the solar panel. Now that you've seen the inside, we'll get Jay to show you guys the outside.
All right, let's go to the front first, I guess. So, the 1974 Dodge Travco. This is how you check your fluid levels, oil, coolant, transmission, stuff like that. There's a little lever inside to open this thing up. This is just some extra storage in here for wheel chocks and tightening lug nuts and chains and straps and fun stuff like that. Over here we got our sticks to deter dogs from pissing on our tires. Wheel blocks, really handy for leveling your rig on sandy beaches or just uneven surfaces. And then wheel blocks for keeping it from rolling away.
Smart.
We got our propane tank there, which powers the hot water heater. And then you can also hook it up to the barbecue if you run out of those little green bottles, so you can grill up some food. Here we got our little step, which makes it nice and easy to step inside Traz. And then a bunch of storage underneath to keep, like, if we're posted up for a while, we'll have our barbecue and extra water and just stuff we don't want inside out under there. But let me grab the keys for this one. Ready? Right here is some storage room. When we actually got the vehicle, this whole room was used for the old generator, which was like a 1974 super janky, loud gas guzzling thing. So we ripped that out, and now we have room for 10 gallons of gas, the smaller new generator, big toolkit, sockets, and then all of the extra fluids for making sure we're always good to roll. It's kind of a mess right now. And then don't tell anyone, but you can open this thing with a screwdriver, so use whatever key we got. Moving on to the back, and the most important part, we've got these racks that I welded up just for some extra storage space. Spare tire, that's where you fill the gas. And then got my trusty steed on this dirt bike carrier. This was kind of a fun project. The first time we loaded it up, it took like half an hour, I think. And now we got it dialed down to like 5 minutes. So it's pretty easy. You just take this ramp off, load it up that way, and then you want to take it off, you just wrap it off the other side. And that's on with like a locking bolt plus a chain that's locked onto the frame, so extra secure. Right here we have an old brake booster part from our, I don't know if you'll see that video later, our Home Depot brake job that we had to do the day before crossing to Mexico. And then of course some briquettes for grilling on the fire. Over here we've got our water heater in there, which actually blew a line when we had it at the service place. So we had a little $2 putty that luckily fixed that, because that was almost a big bummer. That's where you fill the water. This is the hook up to shore power. And this of course is the generator, which is probably like a third of the size and a lot quieter and more efficient than the original one, which is really nice. Down here we've got our wastewater, gray water, black water tanks. and that's nice because that just makes us a completely contained vehicle. Over here, we've got some more storage space. A little hard to open. And here we've just got like extra extension cords and a hose, bocce ball, jumper cables, all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's a big thing when you're living on the road in a vehicle is maximizing storage space and having everything have a spot that it always goes back to, so you know where things are when you need them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that's a full 360 and inside tour of the Dodge Travco. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and if you want to see anything else or have any questions, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to see more. We're going to be posting day in the life, week in the lives, and all the information that you're going to need to tour Baja in your rig.
Peace, guys.
out.